Boom. Okay. Hi. Hello. I asked Christine to do something and then decided that we were going to start the broadcast. So.
Yeah. So I'm not watching or paying attention.
No, not at all. Hello. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Sprints. I am doing, we're double tasking here because I can't start the actual sprint challenge until I finish the 20% challenge. I'm close-ish, maybe.
Nice.
So I think I have to get through at least one more sprint before I'm able. So we're going to do a little more than an hour. So it will all even out and count.
I'm still working on my 3 hours. I mean, we just read there for like 23 minutes together before we went live. So I'm going to say that I have an hour minus 23 minutes. What is that? What is that?
That is 37.
30. Okay, I have to do 37 minutes.
Please be proud of me for being able to do that math so quickly in my head.
Yeah, so like I essentially have to do 2 sprints.
Okay. Is it in the Discord, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then I am going to pull up a timer.
Okay.
So how has your day been? I've been listening to Taylor Swift all day.
Oh, I listen to a lot of Taylor Swift too. I went to retrieving and got snowed, rained, and hailed on.
Beautiful.
All in one morning. And I got to, so it was so cold that when Mark tried to thaw the ducks, they didn't, the ducks were all frozen still.
Oh my God.
So I just got to carry around a bunch of like solid ducks instead of like regular floppy corpses. So it was,
that's kind of funny. How did the dog react to the ducks being frozen solid?
So it's funny, right? Because some of them don't care at all. Some of them are like, it's a fucking duck. I love this duck. And some of them were like, excuse me, this is not what I am used to. So it's definitely interesting to see like which dogs are more sensitive to it.
Yeah. And what were they practicing? You said they were practicing something with like where they would go retrieve a duck that they didn't see fall.
Yeah, so it's called a lining drill, and it helps for blinds, which is part of the competition later. So essentially you have like kind of like a baseball diamond shape, and there are 3 piles of ducks kind of in the leaves so they can't see. And you have to like send them to each one, and they have to go to the one that you choose and like bring back a duck without being really able to see it very well. Or
okay, that makes sense.
Usually like if a dog sees you throw something, they're going to chase it, right? But obviously, sending them when they can't see that movement, that's harder.
Mm-hmm. So, okay. Yeah. So basically you have to like kind of train them to be like, I tell you to go here, you go and you investigate. Yeah,
exactly. And like it's just like putting the pressure on them to keep, because they don't want to just fucking go. They're like, why am I going? They need to
you have to teach them that there's a reward at the end of this.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You didn't see me throw the duck, but I promise it's there.
Yeah, and maybe you saw the duck over there, and I know you want to go get that one, but I'm telling you to go get this one right now, and you have to listen to that. So Cassie can only do 1 right now, so that's why I was just helping out and watching
so that you kind of knew what was coming.
Because Cassie can't do all 3, and she struggles with sitting and waiting like a good girl right now because she's just a happy, bouncy puppy. So, yeah.
Susie would not have. She would have been like, "You didn't throw anything. Why am I? What?"
And this is why schnauzers don't do it. But I also don't think they have soft mouths at all, do they? They would like bring back the duck in pieces. Like, here you go.
I don't know actually, because they do have very strong jaws. So I think like you could probably train a schnauzer, but Susie was one that if you tried to, have you ever done? I'm sure you didn't because you're a good dog owner. But like where you do the thing where you pretend to throw it and then it goes behind your back. That fooled her one time.
Cassie it never really fools her, but she always jumps. Like she never takes her eye off the toy, so she never actually falls for it, but she jumps every time. Like
yeah, Susie would like go to get it, like she would turn her head and then she'd be like,
I know what you did, bitch.
I'm too smart for that, Ma.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she was funny. Okay, so we are here. We're going to be doing reading sprints in a little bit. I did want to kind of open because I know this will be the first time for some of the people in the Discord and in the chat doing sprints. So, what are some of the things that you have learned over the course of us? What do you think is essential for people to know about sprints?
Not to do it on Twitter because then you forget. that you're doing them, and you just leave people hanging for. I like doing it on like a video platform where like a timer and it's more interactive. I don't love doing them on Twitter myself, but if you are going to do it on Twitter, then to make it like interactive or like theme based, use GIFs and stuff. I don't know. I say that it's better on a video based platform, but
I like it on a video-based platform. Personally, I prefer it here, which is why you'll see me do this a lot when I do readathons. I'll be like, hey, I will do video sprints. Hi. The thing that is nice about Twitter, though, is that you don't have to worry about, like, here, it's a little bit more obvious and, like, more nerve-wracking if I were to get on by myself and be like, hey, I'm doing sprints, and then there's no one in my chat. Which is why I always like to do sprints with someone else.
What are we reading today? Nothing? Okay.
Yeah. So if I am going live by myself on my channel, I usually have something else that I'm doing. Like the one or two times I'm doing a tag or I'm doing something else while I'm talking to people. So that like there is some other value besides just me being like, okay, so all right, who's
I've never gone live alone.
How many pages have we gotten? Oh, well, okay, well, I got 20 pages.
Yeah.
So that's my kind of thing. Also, YouTube timers are your friend if you're going to be doing live sprints so that you can do stuff like, where is it? There we go. You can do stuff like this.
The bomb?
No, I didn't do the bomb. I was feeling the autumn thing. I blame it on Taylor.
That's very fair. I bet you think about me.
I will probably need to mute the music on this because it probably has some really obnoxious music.
Yeah.
But anyways, actually no, wait, I can mute that. Okay, I don't even have to mute it in YouTube. Perfect. For Twitter sprints, one of the things that I have found that helps, and I know there are people that like to thread them. I don't do that because I like to be able to use Twitter's scheduling feature or something like Hootsuite or TweetDeck to schedule them. Because that helps.
TweetDeck is so much better. Fuck
TweetDeck, I do prefer TweetDeck. I will use the one thing that Hootsuite has that TweetDeck doesn't is Hootsuite will let you do Instagram. So
well, yeah, but it's like, okay, so I use it for work and it used to be free for 3 platforms and they went down to 2. And I'm like, you're not even helpful anymore. And then on LinkedIn, because again, like it's for business, so I'm on LinkedIn a lot. They don't even let you post shit. Like you can't schedule videos. You can't, you can't, and we post a lot of PDFs on LinkedIn. You can't schedule PDFs. I'm just saying Hootsuite can suck my dick. Like in comparison to TweetDeck, at least TweetDeck knows what it is. TweetDeck's like, this is for Twitter.
And Hootsuite's trying to be like, we're social media.
Yeah, right. And like TweetDeck, you can do everything you can do on Twitter on TweetDeck. Hootsuite, no, limited functionality, smells like poop.
That's so funny. I don't know that I can help with any other platforms. I know that like there are things that will translate over, but like being able to and coming up with, if you can, a theme for the tweets you're doing stuff on Twitter, a lot of the time that will help because that will help get more interaction. At least coming up with like questions you can ask at the end of sprints. And also, like, don't really sweat it because if you're doing Twitter sprints, really all you need to do is, like, say we're going from this point to this point and just use the timestamps, like 00 to.
Also, if you're nervous about, like, if you're wanting to get into hosting reading sprints and you're nervous about it, honestly, just ask one of us and we'll do shit with you. Because, like, I know, like, right? Like, I feel like if anyone was like, I want to get into doing reading sprints, but I've never done one and I don't know what to do. Like, I'm sure any of us would be like, yeah, I'll come to a reading sprint with you. And like, it's really casual if you have someone there that you have like a friendly rapport with. And Margaret and I barely know each other, so it's like a little awkward tonight. But
yeah, this is like we've only done this a couple of times before. We're still
somebody that you know well, it's like easy.
I only know one of the names of one of her dogs.
It's true.
I haven't even seen the other one. I she tells me she has 2 dogs, but I don't think that's
seen them. Yeah. No, I like Margaret. I think we've known each other for like a week now.
Yeah, we met at the beginning of the Infinity War boss battle.
Yeah. No. But I think like just jumping, if you're wanting to do more sprints, just like jumping into them. Like for me, I'd done probably 5 at least on your channel before I done one on my own, and then it was like, oh well, I know what to do because I'll just copy what Margaret does.
I think I'd done one live show on someone else's channel before I did mine. That was it.
That's why I added to the challenge. I was like, you can all do them as a friend group. Like you don't have to do it alone.
Yeah, that was part of why we did that. Because if you have a platform that allows for that, it really does help to have someone you can talk with, and then you don't both have to do it. But also like, if you want to do reading sprints, just do reading sprints. Like, don't overthink it, especially on Twitter, because Twitter, they can't see your face. You don't have to worry about having your hair done or getting makeup done. Although my hair is only done because I went to the salon yesterday.
But I will tell you this. If I ever start a reading sprint with you on Twitter and just up and disappear, I forgot I was reading, and then no timer went off. No Margaret went, and we're done. And I forgot.
Well, the thing I find about like Twitter reading sprints is if I am running them, I don't get a lot of reading done because I'm usually
checking the time frantically,
a little bit behind and trying to get all of them scheduled and stuff. Which is fine because a lot of the time, like, I don't know what I'm doing until we get there.
Yeah.
So, but like my first reading sprints were for Valentine's, and they were just like, hey, hi, we're going to be reading from this time to this time. Cool. And like, just giving people a start. And sometimes that's what people want. Sometimes people don't care about interaction. So like, just start with where you are. And then as you see more, like pay attention to how other people do them.
Caitlin, you did great, by the way. You and Kate did great.
Yes. Christine was telling me about.
It was awesome. There was like a solid hour. If you had any time-based challenges, it like knocked time off, like 3 20-minute sessions. It was really solid. It was fun.
Yeah, good. All right. So we have Caitlin, we have Julie, we have Haley for like 5 minutes. We have Laura, and we have a Beth. That's hello. And wait, hold on. We also have RS Rook. So Liz is here. Hi, Liz. Twitter sprints are nice because you do get to like you can't just sit on someone's profile and like just refresh around the time. And Mitchell is here doing assignments. Hi, and then we also have Gina. Hi,
Gina. Thank you. I'm surprised anyone has anything positive to say about me after all the tomfoolery I pulled this week.
We got more people. I think they have fun with it, actually. Like, for some unknown reason, they want more things.
But you know what was really funny today? It was really funny. In Caitlin and Kate's sprint, I was like, yeah, it's a good book. And Kate was like, I don't know if I trust you on anything anymore. So I was like, that's fair. I've done this to me.
Don't trust Christine on books. She'll recommend you sad ones.
Wait, is that the wrong?
Yeah. Anyways, there are some things I trust Christine with. Like, for example, I would trust you to train my dog.
Thanks. I'd kick it.
I'd kick it.
No. But yeah, no, I do like sad books.
You do. It's weird. But yeah, it's been interesting because like I feel like when we started Infinity War, it was like a reasonable thing when we planned it all out. I was like, this is doable. We can do this. I can do this. And then y'all are like, let's make this worse. And I'm just like, crap.
People keep asking for stuff on the days where we're like, yeah, we'll give them a day off. They're like, what's coming? What's coming? Keep checking. And I'm like, oh man, now we have to come up with something extra.
And I'm Steve with Thanos' hand again.
Look at Haley. I just presume that everything Christine says is a lie.
It's funny, Haley, because you should just assume that for all of us.
Oh, but I'm trustworthy sometimes. Yeah.
I am really sorry about suggesting that we do mini quests like we did in Ultron because I have done one of them.
Was it me? No. No, it was not me. I told them today, if they think this is fucked, wait till end game.
we're doing something for Endgame?
Margaret,
Did I miss that meeting?
it was like your idea. It was your. I had an idea, and then you were like, "What if we made this more like this?" You made it harder.
We didn't have I mean, we had an idea, but
you made it harder.
I might have come up with something that is going to be super fun, but also going to make me cry.
Challenging.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm in the middle of trying to build my own TBR game, so I had some ideas and I just kind of vomited them in the group chat. Did anyone take a screenshot? I don't know.
No, but I remember them because that's how my brain works.
Okay, so why don't we do our first sprint because it's about 8:16.
Love that idea.
So that we can finish our Team Stark one, and then I can start my official.
We can finish our Team Stark one. I'm still on event 9.
Haley, I may have figured out how to torture y'all. I just haven't figured out when it's happening.
I'm pretty sure it's like a December, like it's like a
it
good
be in December
of December. Like it's a good percentage of that month.
Because I don't already make my Decembers stressful enough doing the I think we're gonna rename the end of the year reading challenge to the end of the year reading scramble like we did in the middle of the year. But I don't make that hard enough for myself trying to do the 12 Days of Margaret and come up with a new TBR game. So
that's the holiday everyone's referencing, right? Your birthday? It's the only one
I know. For sure.
I don't even know.
No, because Casmus is
Casmus. How could I forget Casmus? It's funny. I said Casmus and Briar got up and started coming towards me.
Yeah.
All right.
I was really proud of Target. I saw they had an entire aisle dedicated to Hanukkah. Maybe one dedicated to Kwanzaa, but they at least were like, hey, it's not just Christmas.
Well, they didn't have anything dedicated to Casmus.
So. This is my social life, Haley.
Yeah, same. It's either this or then like my history master's friends or dog training. Like those are the 3 worlds.
See, my parents are unvaccinated, so I just don't do social things right now unless I know the person is vaccinated.
Well, and then Mitchell and we are part of a book club.
Mm-hmm.
But we're all pretty spread out, so like we see each other, but not like as regularly as we could if there wasn't COVID and stuff.
I'm stalling for 2 more minutes because we are now so close to 8:20 that I have to stall for
my rib cage.
I'm sorry. I mean, at least it'll be for part of the holidays.
What will?
Endgame. So part
Endgame
part of
is
the time,
holiday.
Yeah, part of the time that people have off from work is for Endgame.
Yeah. Well, actually, okay, so Spider-Man No Way Home comes out on Briar's birthday. So
yeah, that's what, December 17th is Spider-Man?
Well, but the premiere night will be the 16th, which is her birthday.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So her 3rd birthday will be spent in a movie theater.
No, that's so funny. I would like to go see that one in theaters. I don't know if we will, just because again, certain people.
Okay, so fly here and we'll go together.
I don't have money for that, Christine. I'm using all of my money to go to Utah in May.
Okay, well, I'll see you there.
Yeah, like
we'll go to whatever Marvel movie's in theater at that point.
Yep. Okay, so all right, it is 8:20. I am going to hit the timer. So 3, 2, 1. Mute your mics. Mike. We're back.
The timer looks real ugly.
Yeah. Just gonna go reset that. We're gonna remove that and reset it.
That's some kind of fever dream.
Yeah. Okay. Fun. Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna reset that because that was just like, what? Who thought that the giraffe was a good idea? How did we do?
Pretty well. I didn't really keep track of pages since the challenge is time based. But about just under 30 pages because I was taking notes.
I don't remember where I was when I started, but I'm at 135 now.
Nice.
So
I learned that in other countries you like can't trespass. That's like not a thing. That trespassing doesn't exist. So you can just like walk wherever you want and like the land is yours to enjoy. Like you can't like break into people's houses, but like you can just like if I owned like 50 acres, you could go for a walk on my property and I couldn't like call the police on you.
That makes sense. You also couldn't shoot anybody.
Right, exactly. It's like, no, like if they're not causing any harm and they just want to go through a walk in their own fucking country, they can do that. You can't just buy up the country and like,
have
there's no like private waters or anything, so you can go swim in any lake you want. And anyways, so I'm gonna go to those places. So
so if you want to come, in North America.
No, very much not in North America. It's Scotland, which was a big deviation from like the British government system. They're like, fuck it, we're doing this. And then Scandinavia. So
makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, some of the places in Scandinavia, why would you want to police that anyways? That's just too much work.
Yeah. Oh no. How dare you stroll on the fjord? But but no, like it's even like there's a law where like people who have like beach rentals and stuff and like beach houses can't like prevent other people from walking on the beach in front of their home, which is like a big problem with oceanside property in North America. So
yeah. All right, let's see how everybody else did. Laura got 15 pages in A Lesson in Vengeance. Oh, speaking of, let's go through the pages and then we'll see who's reading. Okay, so Laura's reading A Lesson in Vengeance. Liz is reading Bruised, got 18 pages. Julie is reading Vicious, got 20. And then good night, Haley. Haley is finishing. It looks like Haley is finishing the Start 20% challenge. Nice. So Haley is going to bed because it's late. I think it's like 1 a.m. where Haley is.
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
Yeah. Caitlin got 15% of Leather and Sage.
Nice.
Bebe got 10 pages in Light of the Jedi. And nice. Gina is catching up on YouTube.
Well, we'll never discourage you from giving Brianna watch hours.
No, give Brianna all the watch hours. What are we reading, by the way, Christine? If you haven't chimed in with what you're reading, feel free to do that now. But I realized we never introduced our books.
Or ourselves. This is Land by Simon Winchester. It's How the Hunger for Ownership Shaped the Modern World. I don't want to, that's really the only topic I can give you because it's covered fucking everything to do with land. So there's nothing else to say.
That's funny. I am currently rereading one of my favorite series in preparation for the last book, which came out like forever ago, but like I wanted to have all of the little pieces. And you get a lot of them, especially in books 2 and 3. But I'm reading The Roses of May by Dot Hutchison. Huge trigger warnings in this one for brutal assault and murder, because it is a murder thriller, serial killer thriller, and also eating disorder because the main character does have one. So anyways.
Trigger warning for
imperialism,
like, just a lack of organization that I find quite upsetting as somebody that wouldn't have been allowed to get away with that in my own.
Yeah. Right. I feel like with these, especially like with like the Butterfly Garden, which gets into a little bit more graphic, like not terribly graphic, but it's still like she talks about what happened to her. I sit there and I talk about how good they are, but they are also supremely fucked up books. Like books that make me like want to message Dot and be like, "Are you okay?" So,
Oh, I need to tell you what happened at the end of my other book.
oh, okay.
So
But like
fucked up.
Like the Butterfly Garden is so messed up with everything that happens to the main character, not just in like the actual book, but in her backstory and everything, which is, I mean, kind of accurate actually, if you know foster kids and what they go through.
I don't. Not a single.
But it had people going, "What the heck is wrong with this woman?" Like Dot had so many reviews like that. So, anyways, yeah, it's funny, and I'm really excited to I want to finish this one, and then I'm going to get to her new thriller. And I don't think she's working on anything currently at the moment, or she wasn't last time we talked. So we'll see. But it's really she does such a good job with characters. I love them so much. Like Priya is so much fun, and Dashani is she's like Abasarala, but on steroids. Like Shora could play Priya's mom.
Who?
You don't know because you haven't seen it.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
you're having a conversation with yourself, Margaret.
She's a badass boss lady.
Okay.
That runs an entire government for an entire planet. So.
Oh, we're talking about The Expanse again.
We are talking about The Expanse again.
Funny how that happened.
You would really like Avasarala. I think you would just be like, yes, because she's just so crass when she's talking to people. I love it. She just she literally is just I'm gonna say what I want to say. So,
yep.
One of her most I don't even remember what she's talking about. One of her most memorable quotes is, "Sure, everyone gets a blowjob and a pony," and I'm just like, this woman.
Classic.
No, I can't do disorganization. Is why would you do that?
It's just so easy to organize nonfiction. It's not.
Mm-hmm.
You're not. You can divide things.
There's not an excuse.
By time, by location.
Really does that well is Color of Law. Have you read that one yet? Mm-hmm. It's by Richard Rothschild, and it's about housing segregation. And he the way he breaks it up and tackles it, it'll cover multiple, it'll cover a large span of years, but everything either connects to the chapter before it or after it, and it's each one has its own little theme where he's got a point. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
You know what the point of that chapter is, and he really just takes you through kind of this whole history. He did it really well.
Nice.
So, yeah. All right. Shall we do another?
Yeah.
Christine's like, sure.
Yep. I don't know.
You don't want to go back to that book, do you?
No, I don't. Can we watch Loki?
No.
Okay.
No, because we have to do reading sprints, or I don't get the points for this challenge.
Oh, and we all need points.
Yeah, points are important.
Yeah, points are important. Okay.
Team Wakanda's got to beat Team Stark, so
we're working together. There's no competition. Also, I think Team Stark has the most members.
Probably because you guys have the most reading challenges. Rest in peace to those of you that are in Team Stark. I can't wait to see how this next week goes for you.
It's really just
reading. Lots of reading.
It's really just tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
That's not great. And it's not just Team Stark. Okay, there's no. Okay. I want to make this as clear as possible. None of you are winning. It's Infinity War.
All right. Shall we go now? 3, 2, 1. Mute your mics. Boom. Who are you listening to, Christine?
Hold me closer, tiny dancer.
That means nothing to me.
Elton John?
Christine, you know the house I was raised in. Do you think they let me listen to Elton John? The Elton John I was allowed to listen to was The Lion King.
There's no...
Just going to address a question in the chat. If one is going to Disney for Christmas, how many books should I bring to complete these challenges?
She doesn't know Elton John.
I know who Elton John is. I just
clearly not
his music.
Clearly not. Margaret loses 1 point from the boss battle.
Yeah, come on my Twitter and take that point from me. Go ahead, try.
Twitter, I'm right here.
I did address it in the chat, but also to address this, we have a vague idea of some things, structure, maybe something that may happen in December. We have no idea how much reading that is going to involve at this point. So
yeah, it's true. It's because it's dependent on
It's not dependent on anything. We haven't planned any of it at this point.
No, but it is dependent. We can't plan it yet.
True. I mean, even if we could, we plan most of these like the week before they drop. So most of them.
Yeah. Christine doesn't have notes apps on her phone open all the time planning shit.
So, like, we have a monthly meeting that we do where we plan this stuff, and we haven't even gotten to that yet. So, for this month, that's not for another week or so. So, anyways, how did speaking of reading, how did we do?
Okay. Well, guess what topic my book is on now? So before
Land.
we were on. No. So before, mind you, like last sprint, we were talking about how like there's no trespassing in certain countries and you can like wanderland however you want. Guess what topic we're on now?
What topic are we on?
The next chapter. The next chapter, we are on the atomic bombs. Don't ask me. I did not write it. But yeah. Now we're reading about the bombs and a plutonium factory in Colorado. So I'm just so happy to have bought this.
Okay, anyways. Okay. Well, Mr. Rosuri has joined us. Thank you. We also just got a Brie Bear. Boom.
Where? Where?
Right on the screen, Christine.
Oh! Hi, Brie.
There's a link in the chat if you feel like popping in person, but we've only got one more sprint left to go probably. I was at 130 last time, yeah?
I don't know.
I think I read 17 pages.
I read like 20.
So, okay. Caitlin got another 20%. Julie got 15 pages. Also agrees that is a humongous jump in topic.
Right.
Well,
also, I'm done my 3 hours now.
Which means you can start on your 57 minutes.
What?
Maybe? No. I'm sorry. I don't know. I needed to read 57 pages.
Mine's going to be different.
True fact. Oh, God. Yours is going to be way different. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I'm almost like I'm over 50% done the book. So
you are the one that did this to yourself, though. So.
Well, and also like a lot of nonfiction book at the end is like notes and like the index and stuff. So I don't. Yeah, it's like less
count
than
that. I don't count that either. So Laura got 15 pages, so about 30 pages in, and Liz got 10 pages. Cool. All right, we'll go again in just a bit, but like I feel like we should chat.
Okay.
So we're talking. How are we talking about the atomic bomb in regards to land? Is it just like imperialism?
Well, the first sentence of this chapter, and it's a good one. was cities are where land goes to die. And I was like, oh, that's a powerful statement. Like, I like that. And so I thought it was going to be like talking about urban sprawl and like environmentalism and stuff. And then it was like highways surround lots of cities. And I was like, they do.
Okay.
That is a thing. And then it was like,
They
except
also
in around Denver, only 3 sides of the city are surrounded by highway because the 4th side is where there was a plutonium factory and they did not build a highway to that for obvious reasons. And I was like, oh, we're talking about this now. And
that makes sense.
And then it was talking about the parts of the atomic bomb that were manufactured there. And I was like, listen, I do love the history of atomic weapons, but that's not what I signed up for today.
I mean, he really could have done something with the highways and cities there.
We have to make it about
the fact that highways often bisect or cut off lower income neighborhoods from the rest.
That's what I want to be talking about.
And they push out lower income people. And don't get me started on
we're talking, like the title of the book is like how the hunger for land, like shaped the modern world.
Mm-hmm.
That happened way before the atomic bomb. So like, what are we? And like, if we're gonna talk about highways, like, why aren't we talking about Eisenhower's highway fuckaroo? Like, that's what we should be. Yeah. Everything Eisenhower did was shit. But like, anyways.
You have very strong opinions about our president for a Canadian. I love it.
If I could go back and kick one man in the balls, it would be Dwight Eisenhower.
I don't blame you.
It, like, personally. Anyways. Like, not kill him. I would just kick him hard in the balls. But
why not kick his dad hard in the balls and then he's never born?
Just a whole Eisenhower line.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You really don't deserve this, but your kid.
Did you know he's going to be responsible for the assassination of one of my only favorite Congolese prime minister? So I'm going to have to kick you in the balls. Mm-hmm. But like, yeah, it's just kind of like, why are we going on tangents so much? Like, why aren't we making points that can, like, I get using examples as a way to illustrate your point. Like, that's what history is, fucking right. But like, where's the connection? We were just talking about trespassing.
That's so wild.
I'm so confused.
Like, the main point was made in the first sentence, and then the rest of it's like, whatever.
Cities are where land goes to die. I'm like, yes, I'm on board. And then everything else is just him talking about whatever the fuck he researched, which is like fun, I guess. Like, I'm learning stuff, but I'm also confused as to what we're talking about at any point.
Yeah, and then I'm over here and they're talking about the dynamics of what makes a person a rapist.
Right. Okay. And also, to put this in perspective,
situations.
When I was on Kate and Caitlin's live, it was about William the Conqueror.
That makes sense. That's a normal place for it to go, but I feel like...
Oh, it was way more grounded in topic then.
Did he do some, like, acid or shrooms when he started writing this poem?
I hope so. That sounds great. I would love to write a history book on shrooms, but the problem is that I can't look at a computer screen because it goes like... And I'm like, oh my... I remember I was watching RuPaul while on shrooms one time. And first of all, I had to keep rewinding like 10 seconds because I would like be like, it's pink and shiny. And then I would forget what happened. But I was like trying to click out of an ad, like a pop-up ad came up and I was like trying to click out of it. But like I was so disoriented that I was like, I was like, oh my God. And it took me like 5 minutes to like exit out of an ad.
I feel like there is a book you would like. It's called A Brief History of Vice. I have not read it. I think it's A Brief History of Vice, but basically the author went around the world. He was a reporter. He went around the world doing various different types of drugs and then writing about his experience doing those drugs.
How is that history then?
It's not. I just feel like you would enjoy it.
No, but why did he call it history if he's just a reporter taking drugs? Some of us have to go to school for that.
True. A Brief History of Vice. It's like, I don't know how much he goes
into a drug and alcohol historian.
Like he's talking about it and like he's going into like Like it's like with stuff that has like history, like from what I understand.
Yeah.
Part of it is just because he is a recreational drug user, just in
As
general.
as we all should aspire to be. No, I'm kidding. Maybe. But I'm just saying writing a history of anything on shrooms would be funny. One time I was FaceTiming my friends and I looked up and I said, I get it now. You're not real. You two are just the dream. So imagine if I wrote history while on shrooms.
I actually would love to see anything you wrote while on shrooms. It would probably be hilarious.
The things you can witness when you come to Canada.
Yeah, let's go ahead and refresh this bitch. Because apparently it's okay, there we go.
Margaret said a swear word.
That's not even the worst one I've done in this hour and a half. I definitely said the F word like an hour ago.
You also said heck earlier, and I was like, heck.
Yeah. Some habits die hard. Anyways, I try to save my swears for really like just important moments, like yelling at my computer. Anyways, 3, 2, 1, mute your mic. How did we do? I'm on page 162 at this point.
I'm on page 266, and this book just keeps taking turns. Now we are talking about the IRA.
Okay, what was the significance of the atom bomb, though?
So the factory caught fire and polluted part of Colorado with like
Plutonium?
Plutonium, but just like the specific like whatever product or whatever. It has a life of like 24,000 years. So in certain part of Colorado, you can't dig below 3 feet. Otherwise, you just like will get cancer.
Wow.
Like, and the government, so they cleaned it up. They're like, okay, you guys can live here now, but you can't dig for under 3 feet. Bro, a dog could dig under 3 feet easily. Oh my God. Right? Like, oh, sorry, my beagle just went out in the backyard and gave the whole neighborhood cancer. Like,
guess you can't own a dog there.
Like, so I kind of get now where that was going, but it was quite the tangent still, and it took a while to get there. But like now we're on to Irish liberation movements. So okay.
That's funny. Did you see? Did you see the somebody's throwing a fit over some actress being cast in The Crown because she had ties, or her dad or something was in the IRA, and like Lord Mountbatten was killed by the IRA, and I was like, don't care.
Was he
a fascist?
Oh well.
So
it's almost like Irish people didn't want to have their country colonized and their heads put on pikes. But like, yeah, Lord Mountbatten, I'm real sympathetic.
Yeah. I feel bad for the 2 kids that were blown up with him, but like, not for him.
Insert Zombie by the Cranberries here.
Yeah. All right. How did everyone else do? Okay. Caitlin finished Leather and Sage and does not recommend it. Bree is on Queen of Air and Darkness, page 91. So, okay. And then Laura got to page 42. Gina has switched over to A Deadly Inside Scoop by Abby Collette. Ooh. And Julie has questions about your book, I think.
Me too. Me too. You can be sure there will be a review coming. You can be certain that this will go up on the good old YouTube, because I am fascinated by the train of thought.
That's going to be fun to watch.
Like,
okay.
Yeah.
So, anything exciting you want to plug on your channel at all, or?
Well, my gorilla video is up, and
yes, please watch Christine's gorilla video. I'm waiting until after I have actually, in fact, read the book, since you have told me I should read the book.
So I'll talk to you in 3 years about it.
Just wait till next year. I'll have more time for these things.
Okay.
Maybe in May I will bring it with me, and that will be what I read.
Okay. All right, I believe you.
Maybe I'll have read it before that.
I believe that you will read that book and watch that video. Absolutely. Someday.
Eventually. Yeah.
Eventually. And that's about it.
Okay. I have my wrap up going up at some point this week. I need to edit it and all of that stuff.
Day.
What?
Tomorrow's the 15th.
Yeah. Sorry. I was trying to read for 3 hours, so I got 0 video editing done today.
Whose fault is that?
So, anyways, I mean, I had to choose a completely different book for that one, and I was at the salon for an excessive amount of time yesterday. So, more time than I planned. I planned for an hour. It was 2.5. So, I've never been in the chair that long for a haircut, and it was really bad because about half an hour in, for some reason, my shoulders just started hurting because of how I was sitting.
Yeah, those are not.
So I'm in pain for 30, 40 minutes because I don't want to move, because I don't want to mess up my haircut. But I really needed to just do this number and change. And
that's your closest experience to getting a long tattoo.
Yeah, once finished like getting the length right, I was able to sit up, change how I was sitting and all of that. But like I'm me, I can't like say anything unless it is physically causing me, like actually going to physically harm me.
That's literally what it's like getting a weirdly placed tattoo though, because you're like, okay, yep, I can sit like this for 5 hours. Like, no worries.
Like, and it's really funny because I know that if I said, hey, can you pause for a minute because I just need to like stretch some things out because I am very uncomfortable right now, they would have let me. But like, I can't do that. Like, I will speak up about things I know are going to like burn me because that happens when I get my hair done. But yeah. Fair. Anyways,
I want to read more about the IRA and the atom bomb, but like in different books. Like each one of these chapters could be a book. And maybe that's the issue.
That's probably part of the problem. Yeah. So, okay. Well, I am going to go and I need to fold some laundry and switch some laundry over and all of that. I did want to put up this comment because it made me laugh. Cap is coming for you now.
Yeah.
Do you know how filthy soldiers' mouths are? Like, that's one of my favorite like fan headcanons.
Wasn't actually part of the army.
Well, okay. So one of my have you seen this fan? You may not have you ever been on Tumblr? No.
Okay, I haven't been on Tumblr.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say one of my favorites
sent me a message. It was like, "Are you okay? The things you're searching up are concerning." And I was like, "Fuck you, Tumblr. I'm deleting this dumb app."
They've definitely told me that when I've gone to search for GIFs. Anyways, so somebody was talking about the fact that like, so when the soldiers were over there in World War II, like they were like, the fuck was so common that like it was just basically a noun is coming when you're talking to a soldier like that. It was an indicator that they were going to have a noun next. Like it was really, really common. And so someone was like, my headcanon is that like Steve is so used to having to be like, watch your language around civilians that like Tony cussed and he's like, dude, and then realized that he was not, in fact, because like they would have to come back and completely like change their language and clean it up.
I think you thought about that 100% more than the writers.
Probably.
Yeah.
It's a funny moment because you know, like by the time we get to Endgame, you know he cusses. That man is too tired to not have uttered a few cuss words.
It's the word cuss. Like, it's the word cuss for me because they're just part of my vocabulary. I don't like qualify them as anything other than things I say.
They are words. Yeah. Me too.
And you're like, no, a cuss word. I'm like, cuss. Cuss words. Wait, cuss to me sounds more uncomfortable than cunt. I'm like, what's cuss? Ew. Ew.
Oh, that's so funny. I kind of think I would love to get rid of like I don't want us to get rid of the idea of slurs because those are a thing for a reason. But I would love for us to get rid of the idea of cuss words because they're just words.
Yeah, I don't have like
and racism is the only reason they're bad words.
So. Well, any kind of slur against somebody's identity or like
well, yes, but I'm specifically talking about like linguistic like
no. Well, like it's really cultural too, right? Because in Germany, they don't care what like about swearing as much, but you never would say like son of a bitch. Like that's like really rude there. Like you just wouldn't say anything to do with anyone's mother, but you can say shit all you want. Like who cares? So it's very cultural, and
I would not do very well in Germany then.
But
like I'm not talking about anyone in specific, but like I will say SOB.
Yeah, and that would be like actually rude there in the way that like me going into a room full of children here and being like, oh shit, would be rude here. Right. So it's just like just cultural. And I think just in North America, we have a really big stick up our ass for anything like unclean or filthy.
I mean, the Puritans did found this country. So.
Right. And so I think we just need to get over that. And then the real cuss words can be the actually harmful ones.
Yeah. I mean, like the thing that really changed it for me is I was in a linguistics 101 class and she was like, listen, the reason that certain words are cuss words is because they have Anglo-Saxon origins. Like the words that you think are cuss words are Anglo-Saxon and therefore were considered less classy than the French words.
You
I,
just saw that.
I swore at someone who might have been from Brooklyn yesterday because they don't know how to drive with manners here. So,
You didn't know who Elton John was, so I'm going to take their side on this.
What?
Nothing.
I'm just saying, like, I understand it is life and death when you're driving in New York City, but here we have manners when we drive most of the time. Unless
that
you're that
sounded
one.
So, like, Karen-y. Like, that sounded like, I don't know what you people do in New York, but in Florida, we drive like civilized suburban
where you're trying to merge onto the highway and there's the on-ramp and you're speeding up and like they're doing fine. They're doing the speed limit. They're fine. And like, if they just keep doing the speed limit, you'll have time to like just sneak in right and feel like there's room for you to go in front of them without causing any imposition
you know that
to
they
anyone.
were from Brooklyn if they were on a highway with you?
I didn't. I said they might have been from Brooklyn. I only know that they are from New York because of their license plate.
Okay.
Anyways, they decide they're going to speed up. So they are right at where the interstate light, right as I am coming up. And I'm just like, you fucking assholes. I yelled at them.
That language word.
And I honked at them. I was just like if you had just, you could, and they could have gotten over. I'm like, why? What the?
Yeah.
Like, the only time it is acceptable to speed up like that when someone is going on an on-ramp is when you are, in fact, actually keeping pace with each other. In which case, speed up or slow down. I don't care which one you do. Just get out of, like, don't be where I'm going to be.
Yeah. And here we have another lecture by Margaret on how to exist.
How to drive. Next week, we will be talking about how to properly feather people in when traffic is on a standstill on the highway.
The answer is don't. The answer is be selfish. Get home. You have dogs waiting for you.
I mean, my answer is you let one person in and the next person gets to wait until till they're behind you. So
my answer is, do I like the look of their car? Do I like the color of their car?
How nice am I feeling right now?
How nice am I? What song is on the radio? Do I have to pee?
True.
Yeah.
Are they trying to sneak in behind the car that I do in fact like ride people's bumpers in those situations just because I'm like, I'm not letting 6 of you in. That's not happening. No, I will wreck my car.
You guys think about this way too much. I just do whatever I feel like doing in the moment.
I might have a slight problem with road rage.
But like also though, this is again like the quintessential difference between an earth sign and an air sign. You're over there like, we need to talk about rules and the specific, and I'm just like, how am I feeling today? Maybe I'm nice, maybe I'm not.
You're hilarious. Okay, I am going to bed. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you to everyone. Yes, exactly, Liz, the zipper method. That's it. We call it feathering here, but yes, the zipper method.
We call it nothing here because nobody gives a shit.
Apparently Liz, well, I don't know where Liz is from actually. But whatever. Anyways, bye guys. Thank you for joining. Check out all of the hosts for Avengers that are linked down in my description box if you want to check out their channels. Christine is definitely down there, as Christine is with like most of my live shows. So
me? We just met this week.
Yeah, we met the Friday before last when we were planning this. That's when we met.
That's the first time we ever talked.
That's the first time. And we did such a good job working together for the very first time ever.
The very first time. It's like some Team Wakanda magic.
Yeah, it's great. All right.